Picture a grueling week at work. You are exhausted, your manager is breathing down your neck, and you finally hit Friday at 5 o'clock. A couple of hours later, you are sitting at a nice restaurant with friends, staring at a menu where a standard steak costs $50. A tiny, rational voice in the back of your head reminds you that you promised to cook at home this month to catch up on your credit card bill. But a louder, much more aggressive voice takes over. It tells you that you work hard, you deserve a reward, and a $50 dinner tonight will not ruin your entire financial future. So you order the steak. You might think you are making a conscious choice to treat yourself, or perhaps slipping up on willpower. In reality, you are falling victim to a massive biological glitch in your brain that actively works to keep you broke. Researchers call this phenomenon temporal discounting. Temporal discounting is a psychological bias where the brain is hardwired to value immediate, short-term rewards highly, while treating future benefits as nearly worthless. For thousands of years of human evolution, the people who survived were the ones who grabbed immediate resources when they were available, because there was no guarantee those calories would be there tomorrow. Our brains still run on this ancient survival software. It simply cannot comprehend an abstract 40-year retirement timeline. This glitch creates a profound scarcity mindset. People trapped in this present bias see saving as a form of physical deprivation, almost like cutting off their own oxygen. When they get extra money, their biological instinct compels them to spend it instantly on something tangible. You can double your salary and work twice as hard, but it will never create lasting wealth if millions of years of evolutionary programming continuously trick you into valuing temporary comfort over long-term freedom. To see exactly how this plays out in the real world, let's look at two 30-year-olds, Marcus and Derek. They work at the exact same company and both make $75,000 a year. Marcus operates entirely from a consumer perspective, driven by scarcity. When he wants to upgrade his living room, he walks into an electronics store, asks, "What is the monthly payment?" and puts a $3,000 75-inch television on a credit card. He gets the immediate dopamine hit of looking highly successful to his friends. 5 years later, the technology is obsolete. That massive television is worth maybe $800 on the resale market, and the credit card interest has siphoned away hundreds more. Derek approaches the exact same desire through an owner's mindset driven by abundance. He has trained himself to delay gratification. Instead of a massive screen, he finds a great deal on a slightly smaller TV for $800. Then he takes the remaining $2,200 and buys shares in the companies that manufacture the screens and the streaming services everyone is watching. 5 years later, Derek still gets to watch his favorite shows, but assuming average historical market returns, his initial investment has compounded over time and paid him consistent, passive dividend income. The math here outlines a stark dividing line. Consumers buy depreciating liabilities to look successful right now. Owners acquire compounding assets to actually become successful later. Let's run the brutal math on that $50 dinner from earlier, applying a concept the wealthy call time arbitrage. Time arbitrage is the understanding that money today is worth dramatically more than money tomorrow, specifically because of compound growth. This diagram illustrates exactly how those small, frictionless choices add up. If you give in to the urge for a $50 restaurant meal just twice a week, that multiplies into roughly $400 a month. Now, look at what happens if you took that exact same $400 a month and invested it in a boring, low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Over a 30-year timeline, earning a historical average return, the math shifts from linear subtraction to exponential growth. By the end of those 3 decades, that routine dining out habit has compounded into over $800,000. $50 in isolation feels completely harmless, but strung together over years, those frictionless spending habits consume the exact capital required for your early retirement. You cannot rely on willpower to fix this. By the end of a stressful workday, your present bias will defeat your future self. Transitioning from a consumer to an owner requires a mechanical, automated system. This chart maps out step 1, paying yourself first. The moment money hits your account, a predetermined percentage automatically routes directly into your investments. It bypasses your checking account entirely, removing human emotion and decision fatigue from the process. Step 2 requires changing the core question you ask yourself before swiping a card. You must stop asking, "Can I afford the car with a $700 monthly lease?" is a liability that bleeds capital the second it leaves the lot. A reliable, paid-off used car is a transportation tool that allows you to take that $700 a month and funnel it into appreciating assets. Step 3 forces you out of present bias by translating purchases into life energy. Money is simply the physical representation of the hours of your life you traded to earn it. If you take home $25 an hour, that $50 dinner tonight is 2 full hours of dealing with an exhausting job. Step 4 is to reject the status game entirely. The middle class stays trapped in a scarcity mindset because they are too busy performing wealth, buying luxury brands to impress people they do not even like. The ultimate financial flex is not an overpriced car. True wealth is the invisible flexibility to walk away from a toxic job, the security to sleep perfectly through an economic recession, and the complete control of your own time. Building this 4-step mechanical framework removes the need for discipline. It completely shields your future self from the destructive emotional impulses of your present bias. Fast forward 20 years. Marcus is now 50 years old. After decades of massive TVs, leased cars, and treating himself, he is completely exhausted. He has no emergency fund, massive credit card debt, and relies entirely on your next paycheck just to survive. Derek is also 50. Because he spent his 20s and 30s quietly living below his means and automating his investments, his portfolio now generates more passive income than he makes at his day job. He has absolute freedom over his time. The next time you are tempted to blow your money on a temporary convenience, remember that your brain is actively trying to trick you. Stop prioritizing tonight's luxury over your future independence. Log into your banking app today and set up an automatic transfer to move 10% of your next paycheck directly into an investment account. Ignore the present bias, keep your expenses boring, and watch your wealth become extraordinary. Picture this. You are sitting in a fluorescent-lit conference room at 2:14 p.m. on a Thursday. Your toxic boss outlines a completely unreasonable project timeline, demanding your weekends for the next month. You want to push back, hand over your badge, and leave. But your brain runs a terrifying background calculation. Rent is due, the car payment hits Tuesday, and you have exactly enough in checking to survive maybe 3 weeks. You swallow your pride, and you agree to the timeline. The financial industry wants you to believe the goal of investing is to buy a yacht when you turn 65. They sell you private beaches, luxury sports cars, and decades of endless golf. Wealth provides the power to walk away from a toxic boss, a bad relationship, or a broken water heater. It provides options. Looking rich and actually being rich are inversely correlated. When you spend your money to project success right now, you are actively destroying the capital required to purchase your personal freedom. This dashboard compares the financial lives of 2 34-year-olds who make the exact same $75,000 salary. On the left is Marcus. He bought into the luxury myth, drives a leased BMW, and has $0 invested. On the right is Derek. He drives a paid-off 2016 Honda Civic, rents a modest apartment, and automatically invests 25% of his income every month. This brings us to a mathematical metric for financial health, the freedom horizon. It calculates the number of days you can survive without a paycheck before a bill bounces. If Marcus loses his job, his horizon halts at 11 days. Derek's horizon stretches into years. To the outside world, Marcus looks rich and Derek looks broke. In reality, Marcus is financing his own prison, while Derek is buying his freedom. For the median American household, that freedom horizon is just 14 days, 2 weeks. Living that close to the edge with no safety net puts your body in a constant state of low-grade physiological panic. Researchers at Harvard demonstrated the severe biological damage of this scarcity. The chronic anxiety of a 14-day horizon consumes so much mental bandwidth that it temporarily lowers your cognitive performance by 13 IQ points. That is the equivalent of losing an entire night of sleep. But when you build a cash buffer, when you expand your horizon to 6 months of living expenses, sitting in a boring high-yield savings account, your decision-making shifts. A high-yield savings account is a bank account that pays you interest rather than charging you fees. The money sitting in that account lowers your cortisol levels. You get those 13 IQ points back. You can negotiate your salary or decline a terrible project from a place of strategic abundance rather than pure fear. An emergency fund is just the beginning. Back in the 1990s, a financial researcher named William Bengen wanted to calculate the withdrawal rate that prevents an investment portfolio from running dry. He stress-tested his math against the worst economic disasters of the 20th century. He ran his formula through the mass unemployment and endless breadlines of the 1930s Great Depression. He also prices of the 1970s. Through all of it, Bengen found that if you withdraw 4% of your portfolio's value in year one and adjust for inflation annually, your money will last. Multiply your annual living expenses by 25 to lock in your financial target. Controlling lifestyle creep lowers the price tag of your freedom. A teacher living on $40,000 needs $1 million. A surgeon requiring $200,000 needs $5 million. As you consistently invest month after month, you march toward a mathematical threshold known as the crossover point. This is the moment when the passive returns generated by your investments exceed the amount of money you are actively contributing from your paycheck. Your accumulated capital begins a compounding snowball effect. At a 7% return, a $500,000 portfolio throws off $35,000 a year. The capital is now working harder and generating more wealth than your own labor. Mathematically reaching this crossover point extends your freedom horizon to infinity. Most people assume that the second an individual achieves an infinite freedom horizon, they quit working entirely. But sociological data tells a different story. Researchers tested this by studying universal basic income, a system where citizens receive a guaranteed, no-strings-attached financial floor. In Stockton, California, residents who received this income actually found full-time employment at more than twice the rate of the control group. A separate basic income pilot on the streets of Finland showed similarly striking international data. Participants with guaranteed cash worked slightly more, not less. A financial floor creates fearlessness. People with a security wake up on a Tuesday morning knowing they are choosing to go to their job rather than being forced to go to pay a mortgage. Let's fast forward 15 years. Marcus is still driving luxury cars and still trapped by a 14-day horizon. Derek spent those 15 years acting broke and automating his investments, and he now possesses a portfolio generating infinite passive income. When Derek's company announces a massive restructuring and a toxic manager takes over his department, Derek doesn't panic. He quietly packs his desk, walks out those sliding glass doors, and starts his own business. The highest dividend an investment portfolio pays is control over your own time. So sit down tonight, look at your monthly expenses, and calculate your exact freedom horizon. Every purchase you make is a choice between looking wealthy today and being free tomorrow.